Hi everybody, it's Liz with 143 Handmade. Today is our Mass Make Monday, and I thought today we would make a bunch of master boards. Master boards are something that I first learned about in high school, but they weren't called that. They were just called bases. That's all my art teacher ever really called them, or starters. But master boards are essentially just that. They're just a base that you can start with and you can make anything you want with it. I have here a stack of coffee stained business papers. This is from businesses that are no longer functional. I help clean them out and I get the paper. So I have repurposed it, I've coffee stained it, and now I'm going to glue stuff onto the printed side. So on the back of it, you might see a little bit of ghosting of printing, but you won't, none of it comes through. And the back of your master board will be plain, and so you have lots of options that way. Today I'll be using Fabrifix. It's, I think, my favorite glue at the moment. It's a silicone based glue, not sponsored or anything, but it is a very good glue. It sticks very well. You might notice I didn't go all the way to the edge. It's because I plan on going back and sewing this to secure the edge on this one. I'll do another one that's completely glued, but here actually for ease of squishing, I'm going to take it down to one layer. But I have all kinds of little bits. This is a page out of a Peter Pan, an antique Peter Pan book. Actually, it's over 100 years old, but I literally only have part of it. I do not have the whole book, so that's why I'm using it. And I have some bits out of a field guide. That's a teeny tiny, let's see, where's the camera? There it is. Teeny tiny butterfly. Some bits of lace and some more vintage and antique book illustrations. That's my cat Lady. Go on, Lady, scooch. And I have some bits of fabric and some bits of other kinds of lace, flowery lace, and I have some of those paper flowers that I made last week. So, and I have a bunch of other stuff all over. So just grab your bits, whatever bits you want. All those little scraps that you can't bring yourself to throw away, but you don't know what to do with either. Great place to use them. So I'll kind of lay out a few things first, but I do like to overlap. Sometimes I'll pick up that edge. This is a tip I got from Jody Pye, actually. Scooch, lady. When she collages, she only glues in the center. I had never seen anybody do that before, that I had paid attention to anyways. But it allows her to weave things over and under in a way that I haven't seen other artists be able to do. And I like that idea. The idea that I could switch it up. Let's see, I don't want so much of that right there. I don't want to cover up so much all of that. Let's see if we tuck that under and kind of bring it up and overlap it like that, so it kind of does an over-under thing. And that's the benefit of laying it out first and or gluing just in the center. So my cat's really wanting to help. She's sitting on my shoulder now. So let's see, and then sometimes if you have too much white space, you can add a bit of lace just right over the white space. And like I said, this one I plan on going back and sewing around the edge, so that'll tack that down very nicely when I do that. Let's see, I like that, so let's go ahead and glue some of that. The Fabrifix does have a little bit of a smell to it, so if you're sensitive to glue smells, probably not a great one for you. It's a little bit stringy, kind of like hot glue, only cold, like like using a hot glue gun as far as the stringies go. And if you get it where you don't want it, like a little bit, one of those stringies got on the top of this one. See, after I get it in place, you just rub it. It kind of peels off and goes away like it never happened. So there we go. Let's see, what's a different texture? Something we haven't used. Do little angel babies. Let's see. And you can, you can really plan these out. Like if you know you need to make a bunch of tags, if you know that tags are what you're going to be making with it, that can kind of help you decide, okay, well, I want everything directionally this way. So that way because I know I'm going to cut it, in this certain direction. But if you don't know how you're going to use it, you don't need to worry about it. I like to just put stuff on it willy-nilly, all over, upside down and all which way, because you never know. Like on a master board is your chance to play. This is all pretty much scrap that would have been garbage in a lot of situations. So, and don't be afraid to break the edge, to hang stuff off, especially if you like the other side too somewhat. Go ahead and let that hang on. Cats are really making an appearance tonight. This is the Monday before. So whatever Monday this comes out, this is the Monday previous to that. So that way I have all week to get it uploaded because my internet is ridiculously slow. Ridiculously slow. I mentioned that I live out in the middle of nowhere. And because we live out in the middle of nowhere, there's only like 5 people who need the internet out here. So there's only one company currently that offers internet to us. And we are currently the only person to be using it. Everybody else is using their cell phones instead. So we get really good customer service because of that. Nope, too many layers too quick. Let's see. Ooh, I like how dark that is. Break that off and tuck it under. But yeah, so I record these the Monday previous, so it is Monday. I'm doing it with you. Let's make Monday, but it's just one Monday previous. But eventually, there's going to be a whole playlist, and you're going to be watching it, months, years, whatever after I made them. So timing doesn't matter all that much. But, let's see. I'm going to angle that down so we see as much of it as possible. And I want to tuck this one under so that way we lose that straight edge. And some things I like the straight edge, and I'll keep it. And see, like right here, I'm going to hang this off a little bit, and there's this little bit peeking out right here. I don't care about that. That little bit peeking out. It's blank page, so it just shows the layers. It shows that there is something else under there. So I'm not going to worry about covering up that little bit. Now, I will make sure that I cover up, anything that, shows the old business, of course, but let's see. Hey, this apple looks good. This corner, it has a nice crisp edge on it that would fill that space nicely. This is a great way to use up them old, really brittle pages. This is from a child's book, a children's, I think it was a reader. It might have just been a children's like general book, general, having poems and all kinds of different stuff in it. But the pages were super brittle. They fall apart. You crease it and it just, it's just very, very weak paper. So, but they're really pretty images, and I wanted to use that paper. I didn't want to let it go. So I am trying to salvage what I can. The bigger rose. So let's put that right there on top. Again, breaking the edge. I'm not really trying to cover that up. I just wanted to break this edge as well. So maybe even scooch it back some so I'm not covering up so much of that. Spin it a little bit so we don't cover up the boat. There we go. So one of the nice things about Fabrifix is it does give you a minute to kind of shuffle stuff around if you need to. Let's see, yeah, if we tuck that in. Or do we want that on top? No, we want it under. There we go. And you notice I have like corners hanging up and stuff. We'll get back to that. Promise I'm not going to leave the corners hanging. So let's see, I have some butterflies. No, I don't want to go with shiny today. No shiny paper today. Let's see, I have some... Oh, that won't cover, so we can't use that. Let's see. See, I also have this whole tray of stuff. These lovely drawn images from a book. As you can see, I tore out the imagery, trying to hang on to salvage it. See, we already have a boat. Ooh, there's this paper that this is scrapbook paper, and it has this. It almost looks metallic, but it's like it's metal, but I think it's just metallic thread. Let's see, it's just sewn on. I really like it. It gives texture. Let's see. Ooh, we have some words. Yeah, we'll throw some words over there, and some music page, and some dictionary page, and a couple of the just blank strips. Pull those over. Sometimes you just need some white space, you know. Let's see. If we tuck this guy right there, pull that up a little. That go over the black. I like the pink, the black on the pink. Covers up quite a bit of it now. So I'm going to tear it so I have more than one piece, so I can spread it out so it's not all in one spot. I'm going to tear each of these loops free. Ooh, careful, careful. Thin spot, okay. Phew, did it. Okay, maybe even just tear that off. So we have several different pieces to work with. Let's see, this one's not covered. Let's see. You might hear my daughter's dog. He's about to go off, but he'll go running for the door. It won't last very long, I promise. But he's a Yorkie. So, Yorkshire Terrier. So his bark is definitely bigger, worse than his bite. Well, I don't know. He's never actually bit anybody. Thank goodness. You know. Yeah, I like that. I'll stick that right there. And again, because that's plain, I don't know that I'm going to worry about covering that up. We'll see. See how it goes. Sometimes I'll worry about that, sometimes I don't. I'll go ahead and tack that down because I know I'm done with that edge. No. And that way this thread had come loose a little bit. By tacking that down, it captured that thread. There we go. Oh, no. Don't wiggle too much. There we go. And let's see, let's get this dictionary page in here. Let's see, what words do we have? We have flaw, flax, flaxen, flay, fledge, flace. Okay, those aren't too bad words. You know, I always like to check because I never know what the project I'm going to end up using it in. So I always want to, you know, make sure that whatever, excuse me, whatever words I'm using, you know, aren't blatantly offensive. So, here we go. Tack that on. I'm taking way too long on this, but the whole point is to show you how quick they are, and I'm taking way too long. That's fine. That's kind of just the way it works, isn't it? I have every intention of making, you know, a video in a particular way. And then you get started and it just takes on a whole life of its own, doesn't it? So, let's see. Let's grab some more this book page. cover. Oh, right now, Inkadoo. Inkadoo is one of our cats. No, that won't cover the writing. She was trying to jump on my shoulder. We've had these cats since they were actually born in this house, and so we have some pretty extreme trust levels. You know, I've never had a cat just jump on me the way some of these guys do sometimes. It's funny. They just have such absolute trust in us that we will catch them. So let's tuck that like that, and that'll hold down that edge. And let's see. Don't want to rip that. Let's use some more of that dictionary page. Just ink it up. Or not ink it up, glue it up. And lift all these flappies. Tuck it in there all askew. Yeah, I like that. Let's see, maybe tuck this guy under too. Yeah, I like that better. There we go. And so we have just this one little spot. Yeah, let's go ahead and stick that on old Cattywampus. I don't know where these words come from. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I'm going to tack this on to just a little bit. Like I said, I do plan on sewing this, but I will take the Fabrifix and just on the more solid parts, I'll dab just little bits. Little bits. Just so that way it hangs onto it until I get it to the sewing machine. And then what I'll do with the sewing machine I'll just go and tack all of the various edges down. And going all different directions. But let's go ahead and do another one, and this one we'll do just totally glue. No intention of sewing it at all. And so this one, since we're just going to just glue everything down anyways, I'm going to go ahead and use my glue stick instead, and I will just put a bunch of glue down. Not on the whole thing. I don't work fast enough. This glue tends to dry. Plus, as you can see, my cats have, you know, they jump up quite readily onto my desk. So I want to keep them, you know, safe from the glue as much as possible. But yeah, we just take that and we just start tacking stuff down. This is how you should just do a masterboard. Is not think about it at all. Just grab and just place the piece that's in your hand. See, okay, well I can't use it on the words, so that one's, it's too thin a paper. So, let's see. Fruit, flow, flourish. Yeah, that'll be fine. And see, this glue stick, you can pick up their paper after it's tacked down if you do it fairly quickly. So let's see, I'll stick this other piece over here. Let's see, I have this little piece of fabric. Stick on top right there. And the glue stick will hold it, but since we're just gonna glue this one, no sewing, no intention of sewing, I'm gonna go ahead and just to ensure it really sticks good, add a little bit of Fabrifix to it. Get rid of my stringies. Yeah, if you don't like stringy glue, don't get Fabrifix. Fabrifix is quite stringy. Let's slide that over. Okay, yeah. So that way when that breaks off, the cherry will still be on there. And let's see. Yep. Okay, now I've pretty much run out of glue. I have a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and re-glue. See, this glue stick is a Scotch Create permanent glue stick. I had no idea that a glue stick could be this strong until I got this one. I really did not like glue sticks until I tried this one. Again, not sponsored, just really like this glue. So, there's that. Let's see, we'll add this lovely lady. Just doing her wash. And let's see, here's just a little white space, because that can be nice sometimes. Nope, just place the one you pick up. Just place the one you pick up. No exchange. No exchange. You know. No, I mean, as far as that goes, it's really up to you how strict you are with yourself on that. You know, sometimes I do that just because I'm taking too long to do something and I need to get it done. You know, move on. And then other times I will, be very meticulous and glue, you know, everything. And place everything. Well, obviously I'm gluing everything, but, you know, placing it all, you know, very, very carefully, planning it out. That's not what this is for. We're here to just make some masterboard. Just get it done. Let's see. Yeah, that'll be okay. That. And let's see. We'll stick this right there. And got some of this white paper. This is receipt paper. My daughter works at a grocery store, and you know, when the cash register runs out of tape, there's this tiny bit of paper left on the roll, and so she brings it home to me. So, and let's see, and then so now we just go back and you just kind of flip it up, and you take your glue, whatever glue you're using, and just go under those edges. There's a lot of different ways to go about this. You can really glue each piece, you know, as you go. You can do it like I did. Let's see. Where's my... I had a rag on the desk, and you know, now it's gone. Of course. But, you know, there's usually with collaging though, and masterboarding, there's usually some, you know, a little bit of back and forth where you have to go back and touch up what you already made, because you are overlapping things. So let's see. I'm okay with that. Nothing's coming up. It's all secured. It's definitely going to be there later. You can add a layer of Mod Podge over this if you don't like the peely uppies. If you don't like feeling that, you can Mod Podge across the whole thing. Let's see, look, on the other side is this beautiful coffee dyed paper. And so this can be cut up in any number of ways and used to make tags, to make really pockets, anything you can think of. Sorry about that. My cat's knocked everything down, of course. So hang on, let me check how long we've been here. Okay. So let's see, let's go ahead and make a third one. Grab one sheet of paper. And let's see. Let's go ahead and use those little angel babies now. And just stick it on. That's beautiful paper on the other side too, even. The way that it was haloed. There we go. And let's see. Just kind of grab and go. I'm trying not to think about it too hard. Just do it, because you can make so many things out of your masterboards. It's a great way to use up your scraps. I find it especially helpful using up my scraps, and it really allows you to get your creativity flowing. So like if you're having an off day and you're just not really sure what to work on, make a masterboard as your first step, because then you know, there's no pressure because a masterboard doesn't have to be anything. It's just paper and glue. Like, for real, we're just in kindergarten here, pasting pictures together. It is that simple. And, you know, it's what you do with it that really shows your artistic skill. I mean, obviously the composition of putting it together, you know, matters somewhat too, but not terribly much. Anybody can do this. Anybody can glue paper together. That is all I'm doing, is gluing paper. Gluing paper together, and it's joyous, isn't it? My husband thinks I'm crazy for finding so much joy in pretty paper. Like, he hates going shopping with me during Christmas sales, at the after Christmas paper sales, or not paper sales, that'd be awesome, but no, the after Christmas sales where all the gift wrap and, you know, all of that stuff is on sale. He doesn't hate it, but he just teases me because I'll just wander the aisles just staring at all the pretty paper. Because this is really thin paper here that I am gluing on. Fabric-Fix can sometimes kind of do a little bit of a bleed-through thing. And so I went ahead and just knocked it down a little. Yeah, I don't know if you can really pick that up on the camera, but you can definitely see where the glue is and where the glue is not. I mean, it'll be great still, but also I glue probably more than I need to. I use a lot of glue. So we probably don't need to put as much glue on as I do. So just keep that in mind. But nothing I've ever made has fallen apart due to lack of glue. You know? So let's see which side. Ooh, I like this side better. Okay. Turn that little corner off. Throw that away. Let's see, this is the paper we grabbed up. So this is the paper we're going to glue down. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and tuck that one under. It just looks better under, I think. Really allows those wrinkles to pop, to do their thing. Ooh, that's a nice dark piece. Let's go ahead and add that to this corner down here. And see, like I said, you can add the glue to the piece or the paper. You know, find your happy place. There's no wrong way to make a masterboard. And I know that a lot of people say that there's no wrong way to do this or that, but for real, there is no wrong way to make a masterboard. You know, it's glue and it's paper, and that's all there is to it. It is that simple. You can ink the pieces. That's a whole nother look. If you ink the pieces as you lay them down to get more contrast, because you can use different colors that way. Let's see. Let's go ahead and tuck that under there. Yeah. Like that. And we'll use this guy. Let's see. Where are you gonna go? Here? Right here? Right here? Right here? Yes, right here. Like that. There we go. Let's see. Oh, let's pull some more of these guys in. Oh, cute little lamb. That looks kind of funny, the big old giant lamb right next to that boat, though. Let's see. What else do I have over here? Let's grab out some more of these. Let's see. I have some pretty birds. Let's see, I have this. I like this. This hand-drawn image here. It's just kind of not the right size, is it? There we go. If we tear it out the rest of the way, yeah, it'll go good right there. You know, and you can use text pages if you prefer text pages. So all these images, you know, whatever makes you feel happy. All kinds of lace, you know, an embellishment, or, you know, not. You know, you don't, there's, like I said, there is no wrong way. Do whatever makes you happy. This is a great place to get going. You know, like I was saying, sometimes when you get started, you just don't know what to make. Starting with a masterboard can really help get your creative juices flowing, so that way you can then move on and, you know, finish that journal that's giving you trouble. You know, let's see, frippery. Let's go ahead and add frippery. I think that's how you'd say that. Frippery. Yeah, frippery. Let's add frippery right here. That seems like a good place for frippery. And let's see. I think this is the piece that we tore off the other side. But you never know how things are going to land. There we go. We have this one more little spot. Well, I mean, it is blank, so I don't know that I'll worry about that. Yeah, I think I'll wait depending on, and I'll fix that depending on what I end up cutting this up and doing with it. So, let's see. Do we want to make another one, or do we want to call it a day? We made 3 finished ones. Yep, 3 finished ones. So, and of course, like I said, you can always go back and do your sewing. You can cut it first, then sew it based on how you cut it, so you can just sew the bits you need to. You can do the fast flow stitching where you just stitch all over it, then cut it up. I like that method. I find it fun. But really, the uses for these is endless. You know, anything that you need, like something that has a little bit. I did it again. This is not the first time I've done this. I glued everything on the wrong side. So that's totally fine. If that ends up happening to you, this is what I would do. At this point, I would either go ahead and just finish it up, you know, doing the stitching I'm going to do on it, and cutting it up and whatnot, and then just use it, you know, with this facing out as pockets, things of that nature, you know, where you're only going to see the front of it. Or I may use it as a cover page in a journal, you know, as a page in the book. And if you do that, then you can just cover the inside with pockets and stuff. Or another option is to just literally just take another sheet and just glue it together. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do this time. Just make sure we get around the edge real good. You know, and up and down, up and down. Like I said, I probably over glue, so you know, conserve your supplies. Only glue as much as you feel like you need to. I feel like it also kind of helps add strength, you know, almost like lamination. Kind of like OSB. It's a type of plywood, and it's like oriented strand board is what it stands for, and it's basically just glue and sawdust, you know. I mean, not quite sawdust, that's more like particle board, but wood chips, I guess, would be a better term. But yeah, see, there we go. And see, now this one's quite thick. You know, you've got, you know, 3 layers here, 2 full sheets glued face to face, and then the decorative side. So that's a quite, you know, sturdy piece of paper, especially once all the glue dries. So as I was saying, this is 3 layers thick, and now that it's dry and sewn, it's quite heavy. You know, you can use it like anywhere you would want to use a cardstock, you know, so it would form awesome like side tuck pockets, things of that nature, journal cards. It is blank on the side. You can write, you know, around it, around the stitching. There's still quite a bit of space to write on most of it. So this is a little bit dense with stitching, but I think it looks cool. I think it's worth it. I might use this as the front of a flip up, you know, on a page. But I just wanted to show you, come back and show you real quick after I sewed everything. See, sometimes I like to leave the strings. I tend to leave them when I first make them and then trim them as needed based on the application, based on you know, how I actually end up using it. But yeah, see, I just, you know, do the crazy stitchy thing. I open up the stitch so it's as long as my sewing machine would go, and just stitch around everything as you know, kind of quick and messy as I can. Sometimes I'll go multiple times around. I do try and go all the way around the outside at least once. Oh, look, I ran off the edge here. I might mess with that again later. This one, I really liked this poem, this page out of this children's book and this poem, but it was super brittle, thin paper. So I mounted it to this, and I plan to cut along here and here, fold this in half, and have it be like a note card tucked into a pocket. And as you can see, it's there's still plenty of room to write on the, you know, there will be plenty of room to write on the inside. And I stitched around the outside with it this side up, and then I flipped it over and did the other stitching with this side up. That's why there's the orange and the green thread. The orange was in the bobbin, the green was in the top. I like using two different colors. Sometimes I'll use the same color. It really just depends on what's already loaded, what bobbins I have available. This is purple thread because that's what was in the machine at first. But then I had to wind a bobbin. This is purple on the one side, black on the other. Then I had to widen bobbins, and so this orange is just the first one of my old threads that I grabbed. When I'm doing this, I tend to just grab out the old threads because these threads are not bearing the same amount of strength as, you know, they're not working as hard as if they were holding fabric together. So the glue really does help augment the thread. So I use my older threads, some of which were my grandma's, some were my mom's, but I still have baskets of them, so I'm working on getting through that stuff. So using up what I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I like hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Whenever today is for you. Thank you, thank you. Check out my links below.